For an update, the Integrity Commission has failed to respond. Opposition Senator Lambert Brown, who has been leading the call for the report, expressed his displeasure in the Senate on Friday, and there is fear that there might be a cover-up. The National Security Council is considering
You got it locked to 95.9 wbig station. wbigstation.net.
Integrity Commission losing face in Jamaica. This is undiluted news for the Bones reporting. Skepticism of the Integrity Commission is deepening, with at least two opposition senators saying the commission could lose the public's trust due to its failure to provide an update on its 2-year-old probe of the government's sale of a beachfront property in Ocho Rios in St. Anne, allegedly without due regards to valuation reports. In April of 2017, Mexican luxury hotel group Palace Resorts acquired the rooms on the beach property for an undisclosed sum after working out a deal with the Urban Development Corporation. However, despite several requests from the Senate for an update, the Integrity Commission has failed to respond. Opposition Senator Lambert Brown, who has been leading the call for the report, expressed his displeasure in the Senate on Friday, and there is fear that there might be a cover-up. The National Security Council is considering tighter measures for the zones of special operations in Denham Town, Kingston, and Mount Salem in St. James. This emerged from Thursday's monthly sitting of the council, which is chaired by Prime Minister Andrew Holness. A statement Friday afternoon from the office of the Prime Minister said during a review of the two zones of special operations, Mr. Holness noted concerns raised recently about violent incidents in Denham Town. Meanwhile, a 72-hour strike notice has been served on the management of the Jamaica Public Service Company, and it was issued Friday by the Union of Clerical Administration and the Supervisor Employees UCASE, which represents technical employees at the utility company. A news release from the union said the notice is in response to a breakdown in wage and fringe benefits negotiations, and it said the strike notice will expire 4:30 this afternoon. In an interview with Reports Thursday, UK's General Secretary John Levy said the JPS workers had become more restive following wage talks on Thursday. He said after being in negotiations with the company for more than a year, it had not improved its wage offer. Meanwhile, the family of international reggae icon Peter Tosh has filed a lawsuit against Bergen County Jail in Hackensack in New Jersey for failing to protect and uphold the human rights and the dignity of Peter's youngest son, Jawari McIntosh. Jawari, who is 39 years old, a singer who is known professionally as Tosh One, was mercilessly beaten on February 21st of 2017 at the Bergen County Jail by another inmate while serving his sentence for cannabis-related charges. In an unexpected return of events, McIntosh, who is a devout Rastafarian and cannabis activist, was attacked by inmate Kyrie Sharon Baum. McIntosh sustained traumatic brain injuries and has been confined to a bed since the attack. The once energetic and vibrant singer and stage performer can no longer perform simple tasks. The father of four, who like his father was an activist for the legalization of herb, is virtually incapacitated after more than 2 years and 2 months since the attack. Despite the fact that the perpetrator was convicted for his heinous crime, the McIntosh family is still shattered by the absence of Jawari from their daily family life and from routine family activities. Meanwhile, the police high command has ordered a top-level probe into two related shootings in Spanish Town over the weekend, which left 3 persons dead, including 2 civilians and a police corporal. The policeman, who was on suspension, was killed during a running gun battle with a team of police personnel along Brunswick Avenue. 5 guns were seized in the incident. According to preliminary reports, the drama began near midnight at Chedwin Park, and it's reported that Sheldon Daly, alias Junior Biggs, a promoter, was at a dance at Chedwin Park when he was attacked and fatally shot by 3 men. An off-duty policeman who witnessed Daly's shooting began pursuing the getaway vehicle with the 3 ex-cops. He then called for backup and other police personnel joined in the chase. A shootout reportedly ensued between the police and the 3 ex-policemen. The car later crashed into another vehicle at the intersection of Brunswick Avenue and Job Lane in Spanish Town, and following the crash, one of the men was found dead on the scene while another was found unconscious in the vehicle. and it was discovered that the men were members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who were all on suspension. The third cop fled the scene and is now being pursued by investigators. The driver of the other vehicle was shot and killed on the scene during the melee. 5 firearms, 3 Glock pistols, a .45 pistol and 9mm pistol were taken from the vehicle of the suspended cops. And in a release, the Jamaica Constabulary Communications Unit said the Police High Command has assembled a team of senior investigators from the headquarters of the Criminal Investigation Branch and the Inspectorate of Police to probe the circumstances surrounding the incident. So these 3 police are rogue policemen who were on suspension, went to this dance, killed this DJ, and a real cop was on the spot who engaged them in shootouts. So now there's a big thing going on with this police versus police shootout. Investigators are trying to determine a motive for Thursday night's fatal shooting of a truck driver in Lidsted in St. Catherine. The dead man has been identified as 32-year-old Niven Morris, a resident of Banbury in St. Catherine. Shortly after 9 o'clock, Morris arrived home and was ambushed by gunmen. He was shot twice in the head while sitting in his vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene, and investigators said he was not robbed, so definitely that was a mob or a hit. There is now reports of 2 deaths of the elderly by someone setting them on fire. Last week, an elderly woman was doused with gasoline and set ablaze alive in St. James. Then there is reports of another elderly woman who suffered a somewhat similar violent fate locally. On Sunday, the Corporate Communications Unit, the Police Information Arm, said the Adelphi Police in St. James are appealing to residents of Lima District in Adelphi to assist them in their investigation into the death of 74-year-old Evelyn Blair, a member of the community who was set ablaze on Thursday, April 25th. Reports are that about 6 a.m., Blair was walking along the roadway in her community when a man came up to her and allegedly poured gasoline on her and set her on fire. The man then ran off. She was taken to the hospital where she died while being treated on Saturday, April 27, which is over the weekend. And this is very, very cruel for somebody to be setting ablaze elderly people. But Jamaica, something wrong definitely with that country. Gonna take a pause here, come back with sports.
Are you the victim of a car accident? Some guy driving carelessly while using a cell phone can change your life forever. You're suddenly overwhelmed with medical bills, car repairs, or even faced with permanent injuries. Call attorney Kirk Thompson. He can help.
Hi, I'm attorney Kurt Thompson. I've represented car accident victims in Florida for years. When you're injured in an accident, you need an aggressive attorney to fight for you. Call me at 888-HURT-971. That's 888-487-8971. I've recovered millions of dollars for accident victims.
When you're in an accident, you need attorney Kurt Thompson fighting for you. When Stacy was in a car accident, Kurt got her $300,000.
Again, call attorney Kurt Thompson at 888-HURT-971. That's 888-487-8971. Offices in Miami serving Broward, Palm Beach, and St. Lucie counties.
Welcome back to News and Sports on your favorite community radio. Jamaica won 2 of the 6 relays at the annual USA versus the World competition on Saturday at the 125th Penn Relays Carnival at Frankfield Field in Philadelphia. Both Jamaican victories came from the women's team. 2-time Olympic gold medalist Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price led off the Jamaica team in the USA versus the World Women's 4x100 to a lead it never relinquished as Jamaica recorded victory in 43.19 seconds. Natasha Morris, Shelly-Ann Calvert, and Sasha Lee Forbes were the other members of the Jamaica team. Canada with Farah Jacques, Crystal Emmanuel, Shaina Harrison, and Kamika Bingham finished second in 44.37, while USA read one of 2 American teams in the lineup with Desiree Bryant, Alea Brown, Destiny Carter, and Taylor Bennett came home third in 44.40. Jamaica gold, one of 2 Jamaica teams in the USA versus the Women's World 4x400 received consistency throughout the lineup and breezed to victory in 3 minutes 28.94 seconds. Sharika Jackson with 51.6, Genevieve Russell 52.5, Christina Day 52.41, and Stephanie McPherson 52.47 were the members of the Jamaica Gold team. Meanwhile, Jamaica Green with Ronisha Mackenzie 53.7, Anastasio Leroy 52.3, Rhonda White 53.21, Tiffany James 51.78, finished second in 3 minutes 31.04. Canada with Madeline Price 52.8, Aliana Bright Stevene 53.8, Treviana Jones 52.56, and Maya Stevens finished third in 3 minutes 31.63 seconds. Meanwhile, the Jamaica High School boys team dominated the 3 Championships of America relay races on Saturday's final day of the Penn's relay. Calabar High started on the day with 2 relay victories after San Diego scored a shock win over Kingston College in the high school boys 4x100 Championship of America. The San Diego High quartet of Rashid Broadbell, Vashan Vasiana, Jawari Thomas, and Kavian Carr stopped the clock at 40.83 seconds to win their first sprint relay championship title at the Penn Relays in 12 years. San Diego just got the better of the big favorites KC, which finished second in 40.86 with a quartet of Wayne Pinnock, Roshan Rowe, Shaquille Lowe, and O'Shane Peart. Jamaica High School's team occupied the first 4 places as Calabar High in 41.05, Rossies High 41.76 finished 3rd and 4th respectively. There was no surprise in the high school boys 4x800 Championship of America as Calabar High, as expected, dominated that event as well. The quartet of Devon Gale, Kevroy Venson, Rivaldo Marshall, and Kimar Farkinson came home in 7 minutes 36.61, well ahead of second place KC, which clocked 7.40.96, with Kavana Henry, Giovanni Henry, Kabiba Mills, and Therese Roden. The 2 Jamaican high school teams finished ahead of New Jersey-based St. Benedict's, which finished 3rd in 7.41.13, while Jamaica College came home 4th in 7.42.41. Calabar returned later to beat KC in the high school 4x400 Championship of America for their second relay victory as well. Cricket, Jamaica Scorpions have picked up wicketkeeper batsman Dennis Simmet at the 2019 player draft for the West Indies domestic professional session on Friday in Antigua. The 26-year-old Grenadian made his first-class debut for the Windward Islands in the 2014 to 2015 regional 4-day competition on March 6. In 2015, he made his List A debut for the Windward Islands in 2018 and earlier on this year's regional Super 50 tournament. Smith was surprisingly left off the Windward Islands protected player list following a notable performance during the last championship season. Smith is among a half-dozen players from outside of their home territory who were picked up by franchises at the player draft, so Jamaica has picked him up. And today, Portmore United and Waterhouse will face off in the final of the Jamaica Football Federation Red Stripe Premier League, and the final will take place at the National Stadium tonight in Kingston beginning at 8:35. Portmore United will be searching back-to-back championships and their 7th title overall, while Waterhouse will be hunting their 3rd title. And the final is a repeat of last season's championship match, which Portmore United won 4-3 on penalties at the National Stadium after the teams battled to a 0-0 deadlock after regulation time and extra time. So it's going to be a really great National Premier League match tonight. Lionel Messi scored to help Barcelona clip the Spanish League title after beating Levante 1-0 at Camp Nou on Saturday, which cementing their status as the dominant club in Spain for more than a decade. And after resting until halftime, Messi went on and finally put a shot past Levante's goalkeeper Avtar Fernandez in the 62nd minute to start the celebration at the camp. Messi's league-leading 34 goals was his 46th in all competitions this season. Barcelona's win put them 9 points ahead of second-place Atletico Madrid with 3 rounds of games to play. Nobody can catch Barcelona. Barcelona hold the tiebreaker with Atletico on head-to-head goals. And Atletico beat Valladolid 1-0 earlier, forcing Barcelona to need a victory to wrap up the title before they turn their attention to their upcoming European clash with Liverpool. Barcelona won their 2nd straight league title since Ernesto Valverde took over at the start of last season. It was also their 8th Liga crown in 11 years, a period during which Real Madrid had won 2.
You're listening to South Florida's #1 community radio, 95.9 FM. 95.9 FM. wbig station.
Hallelujah. Glory to God. Doesn't matter what it looks like, God's gonna fix it, yeah. Doesn't matter what it sounds like, He's working it out for you, yeah. Doesn't matter what it feels like, God is on your side, yeah. For restoration, your healing, your deliverance, cry out for Jesus. For restoration, your healing, your deliverance, cry out for Jesus. For restoration, for your healing, your deliverance, cry out for Jesus. Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, call His name. Oh Jesus, there is power in the name. Oh Jesus, Jesus, oh Jesus, what a mighty God we serve. Oh Jesus, Jesus, for those of you who are going through right now, you need a breakthrough. You need healing, deliverance. There is nothing that God cannot do. There is no situation that He cannot fix. Right now, I just want you to open your mouth and speak life to your situation. Speak life to your circumstances. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. It doesn't matter what it feels like. God is more than able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we could ever ask or think. Receive your breakthrough right now. In Jesus' name. There is power in that name. Oh, Jesus. Your deliverance is in that name. Oh, Jesus. Demons tremble at that name. Oh, Jesus. Call His name. Oh, Jesus. What a lovely name. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Keep on pressing. Keep on pressing. Keep on knocking. Don't give up so easily. Don't give up now, no. Keep on pressing. Keep on knocking. Keep on praying. Don't give up so easily. Don't let go. The king will never lie. He wants you to quit, but don't give up so easily. Pray, 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 pray. Keep on pressing. God is able. Oh yes, He is. Don't give up so easily. Oh, your breakthrough has come. Your breakthrough is coming. Your breakthrough has breakthrough has come. Your breakthrough has come. Your breakthrough and your breakthrough is now, yeah. Speak breakthrough has come over your situation. Your speak breakthrough is now, yeah. You've been down for so long, wondering when your night will be gone. You've cried and prayed, still you can't see your way. You've done all God said to do, serving spirit and in truth, yet still you ask, oh, when will God come through? But I've got a message for you. God's delay does not mean denial. Remember, God delivered Daniel from those lions. He may not come at your request, but God has never so long, wondering when your night will be gone. You've cried and prayed, still you can't see your way. You've done all God said to do, serving spirit and in truth, yet still you ask, oh, when will God come through? But I've got a message for you. God's delay does not mean denial. Remember, God delivered Daniel from those lions. He may not come at your request, but God has never failed us yet. Your darkest night is just before the day. So when you pray for things you need, just wait on God and believe. He's not a man that he should lie. He will come through just right on time. So don't you worry or don't you fret. God has never failed us yet. Your darkest night is just before the day. God's delay does not mean denial. Remember, God delivered Daniel from those lions. He may not come at your request, but God has never failed us yet. Your darkest night is just before the day. God's delay does not mean denial. Remember, God delivered Daniel from those lions. He may not come at your request, but God has never failed us yet. Your darkest night is just before. Your darkest night is just before the day. Your darkest night is just before the day. Your darkest night is just before the Hallelujah. As the world looks upon me as I travel along, they said I've got nothing, but they are so wrong. sing, thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. As the world looks upon me, as I travel along, they said I've got nothing, ooh, yeah, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing, though this world they'll never see. Come on and help me sing. Thank you, Lord, yeah, for your blessings on me. Here we go. I've got a roof up above me and a good place to sleep. I've got food on my table and shoes on my feet. Oh, you gave me a love, Lord, and a fine family. Hallelujah. As the world looks upon me, as I travel along, they said I've got nothing, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing, though this world they'll never see. Help me sing. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me. As the world looks upon me, as I travel along, they said I've got nothing, ooh, yeah, but they are so wrong. In my heart, I'm rejoicing, though this world they'll never